The Fundle Bundle. Cliven Bundy is back in the news, of course, because now he's a racist. Matt, we were talking about this beforehand. It would have been better if Obama had just killed the guy when he had the chance.
Yeah. See, I think that's what conservatives had in the back of their mind. Another Ruby Ridge, another Branch Davidian standoff. He becomes a martyr. We look good, and we get ratings. Instead, Obama did the worst thing he could have ever done. He backed off and gave this guy enough rope to hang himself.
It's like when you're like debating someone who's like sort of crazy, just let them keep talking.
I was always against him. I always thought he was a deadbeat. He didn't pay his grazing fees, and he's making money off this. I don't know why we felt the need to defend him.
You and our good friend Glenn Beck both looked really good in hindsight because of sort of warning conservatives against lionizing this guy. We take people and sort of like elevate them and turn them into folk heroes, but they're not vetted.
Unvetted.
And just because you're the enemy of my enemy does not mean that you are my friend.
Just because the elites are loathsome doesn't mean the people are impressive.
Right. You see the feds roll in with sniper rifles, and the instinctual reaction is the correct one. Yeah, you're overstepping. This is like an act of civil disobedience, not a criminal one. But this guy like goes on tape yesterday, or at least the New York Times reveals this tape, where he's talking about like, oh, all these black people, they're all taking federal subsidies like to exist and to live. That's what you're doing. That's precisely what you're doing.
Clearly, this is like a demented old man out in Nevada. Like, you know, crazy old man in Nevada is crazy.
He's a cattle rancher who's having a dispute over grazing fees with the Bureau of Land Management. That doesn't make him a spokesman for political philosophy,
he's the leader of the movement now.
Right, but
what's the movement?
But
the
problem
movement
is
against paying your fees?
No, the conservative movement.
When we
We're all
elevate
with
him, the conservative media complex elevates somebody who ought not to be elevated, and then you can't complain when MSNBC will, for the next 2 weeks, run nothing but videotape.
You take the villager and you give him a battlefield promotion to general, and it all works out.
Identity politics is bad no matter who practices it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether it's Barack Obama or leaders on the right, it's always bad because it's stupid by definition. Because it's about who you are rather than what you choose to do or what you choose to believe.
I think that's your white privilege speaking.